Just another minute and we'll get started. Go ahead and start your breathing though. Deep breath in through the nose. You can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. It's not a prescribed breathing style, but in through the nose is very important. Activates a bunch of different brain neurons that surround the dopamine system. So breathing in through that nose is a big deal. So says a neurologist at Stanford. All right, it's noon. I'm gonna back up to my chair and find my seat. So you can start out with really bad posture. Start out with really bad slouchy posture. And just feel how crummy it makes you feel for breathing big deep breaths in. It's almost really hard to get your diaphragm even to work right when you're in this slouchy position. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall and park your sits bones right in the middle of that chair. And then from the chest, stand up and draw those shoulder blades back and around on your spine, on your rib cage, along your spine. Lift the chin all the way to the ceiling, or at least as close as you can get. Bring it down level with the floor, and then just give it a slight tuck back. Good. Engage the muscles around the bones where you're sitting. Your glutes can be relaxed, but the pelvic floor is strong. The legs are relaxed, but the feet are pressing into the floor just a little bit. You can rock your feet from side to side and front to back. Good, and as we center, welcome to stretch class. It's good to see all of you. Let's take a big breath in. And just feel that nice steady base that we've created. Use that diaphragm to draw the air down through the nose, through the bronchia, and into the lungs. And then to push up and force that air out. Good. Where it escapes is up to you. It can be nose or mouth. Try not to let the hot air come out your ears, though. Nothing is that important. Take that big breath in and let it slide out. Good. Breathing back in. Focusing only on what's ahead of us today, which is for the next hour, a good stretch. Calming for the mind and body and preparing for the week that's ahead. Good, in and out. Good, with your next inward breath, your hands are gonna float up off your knees and open out to the side, keeping those shoulder blades on your back. The chest is gonna open slightly, drawing those shoulder blades toward one another on that back, pinching the spine in a good way, like it's gonna massage it in a second. Good, and then you're gonna close those arms, open the upper back as you bring your arms around you for a nice strong hug. Good, glide those shoulder blades back into their place and bring your chin down to your chest. Good, keeping that angle of the chin similar, you're just gonna lift the back of your head so that the chin stays gently tucked. Good. You're gonna breathe in and bring your ear over to one shoulder. And then back up to center. Good, breathe in, push out and over to the other side. Just waking up those sides of the neck, and then the back of the head reaches toward the ceiling as your chin reaches down toward your chest. Good, head comes back to center, the arms open once again. Drawing those shoulder blades as close together behind you as you can, opening that chest just a little bit, focusing on muscles that will open the ability to breathe just a little bit more. Bring those hands back to the knees. Reach those shoulder blades away from one another, but try not to poke them up toward the ceiling. Just kind of keep them spreading wide and then draw them back into neutral, nice and flat on the back. Good. Breathe in, chest lifts, chin lifts. Heart reaches toward the ceiling and then chin levels out to the floor. Good. Tuck it in just a little bit so your ears draw back toward your shoulders. And then bring one ear to one side. Good. Back up to center. And then over to that other side. Bringing a little breath with you each time you bring it over. Making space around the muscles and in between those vertebrae a little bit. Good. Chin comes down to chest. The back of the head reaches toward the ceiling. Now we're going to just curl down. Curl that spine down toward the floor. And come back up. Good. Did your feet stay balanced on the floor, or did you notice a big shift forward when you went forward? Make sure those feet are in a good position. If your feet are too far under your chair, you'll start to feel like you're going to roll out of the chair. So make sure those feet are a good distance in front of you. You've got a little bit more than a 90-degree bend. So you've got like maybe an 85-degree bend, 80 to 85 degrees, instead of like even smaller. Good. Roll those shoulders. Maybe it's bigger. It's bigger. The numbers go the other way. So you've got like 105 degrees instead of 80. Good. I think I was thinking hip angles. Good. Roll those shoulders. Straighten out that spine, sitting up as tall as we can. Shoulders are reaching back. We're going to start a circle around the spine. So you start getting me thinking about math, and I forget what I'm doing in the body. No more numbers, unless we're counting. I had to jump back all the way to 8th grade to fix that angle problem. Good. Sitting up when you reach the end of that circle, we're going to go the other way. Good. Find that last circle, really articulate it, roll through it as much as you can. Feel those muscles at the back stretching and reaching. Good, and then come up to a nice tall spine. Crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling. The chin slightly tucked. Best posture of your day, right? Take a big breath in, reach one arm up toward the ceiling and feel its length. So it's just reaching up. We're not taking it over the side body yet. We're just lifting that arm. We're making those arms as long as we possibly can. No bend in that elbow, and then we're going to bring it down, palm facing the ceiling, and eventually out to the side wall as much as possible. So your thumb is pointing behind you as much as you can get it to do it. Good. Now you're going to bring that thumb toward the screen, rotating through that shoulder. Good. Let's bring it up to the knee. Let it rest. The other side's gonna make a nice long line up toward that ceiling. Open elbow. No bend. Shoulder out of the ear. So many rules, and all we're doing is lifting our arm up. Good. Keep that breath flowing in and out. Nice long arm. Shoulder resting away from the ear. Hi, Mert. Is that you? Looks like you. Open that hand toward the ceiling, eventually toward the side wall, thumb facing away from the screen, pointing right back behind you as much as possible. I feel this one today, so I know this works. This side especially. Then you're gonna rotate your hand so your thumb points at the screen and you rest. Good. 3 deep breaths right here. In and out. Settling yourself into the chair. A strong seat. Knees are relaxed. Feet are out from under the seat. Good. Second time through, we're going to reach that arm up toward the ceiling. This time we're going to take a tiny side bend. Point those fingertips over towards the corner where the wall and the ceiling meet. Good. Bring it down. That hand is going to face, the palm of your hand is going to face the ceiling. And eventually that side wall, your thumb stays pointing back behind you. Feel that stretch. Good. Rotate the thumb toward the screen. And bring that hand to the knee. That one felt really good. Let's try it on the other side. Bring that hand down by your side. Lift the hand up, up, up. Straight arms, long arms, no bend. Good. Take a breath here. You can even check out your arm. Make sure it's not here. Maybe it's here, or even just completely as straight as you can. Good. Let's reach up toward the ceiling and then point at that corner where the ceiling and the wall come together. Side body stretch gently. Beautiful. And then back up toward the ceiling, letting that arm come down by your side, palm facing the side wall, thumb reaching back behind us, shoulders settling into the socket, rotating that thumb toward the screen. Excellent. We're going to do both hands at the same time. Are you ready? Get prepared. Really ground into your chair. Both arms come up. Nice and long. Open elbows. Rib cage is nice and tucked in. Good. So we're not like lifting our chest. We're just pulling those arms straight up. Check out your arms. Straight elbows. Woo. Big breath in. Open those palms toward the ceiling. You're going to hold at a T. Good. Feel those shoulder blades. What are they wanting to do? Mine want to pop up. Make sure they don't. Good. Big breath in. Let the backs of those hands come down toward the sides. Feel that stretch right there in that side body and in the front of the shoulder along the clavicles. Lift the chin just a little bit. And then let those thumbs rotate toward the screen. Whew, that was a good one. Hands to the knees. Big deep breath in and out. Good. Today we're going to bring our hands just up and over our heart, right? Well, heart is here, center of the chest. You're going to let the weight of your hands kind of draw the skin of your chest down a little bit so that when we lift our chin, We feel a little bit of stretching in the skin underneath our chin. Good. Then we're going to tip that ear with our chin elevated. Tip the ear to one side. You'll feel that masseter muscle start to open up. Roll the chin down toward your hands, keeping your ear toward your shoulder. Good. Now bring it back. Ear to shoulder. Chin points up. And bring it back down. Good. Roll that neck into the center. Lift the chin. Feel that skin get a little stretch. And then bring that ear toward the shoulder. The other side this time. Ooh, this side's tight. I must have been clenching my teeth on that side. Good. Roll that chin down toward the chest. Roll the ear back to the shoulder. And then lift that chin. I lifted the wrong thing for a second. Lift the chin. There it is. Good. Back down toward the center with the chin. Ears float between the shoulders, lifting the chin toward the screen, not the ceiling. Big breath in and settle. Good. We're going to take one hand down by the side and you're going to reach it toward the screen, then toward the ceiling. You're going to keep it in your peripheral vision at least, if not looking directly at it, and opening that arm around and back behind you. Good. Can you flip that palm over and come right down by your side? Good. Now you're going to turn that palm toward the back of the room, or toward the thumb toward the back of the room, and bring that palm up and over like you're throwing a baseball with a really straight arm. So who knows where the ball's going to go. And then the hand comes back down to the side. Good. I just wanted it to be an overhand throw. That hand can come back to the knee. We're going to start again with this other hand. Comes all the way down to the side. Reaching toward the screen. Keeping it in your peripheral vision, if not in your direct vision. You're going to reach it up toward the ceiling. And bring it back. Pausing slightly at the place of a good stretch. You can breathe into it there. Flipping that palm toward you. Fingertips down toward the floor. Good. You're going to flip that thumb back towards the wall behind you. Reach up and around and over the top. Good. Hands come to knees. We lift the shoulders toward the ears. Draw those shoulder blades back and down onto the ribs. Good. Both palms come down toward the floor like you're pressing yourself out of your seat. Good. We're going to reach out to the side like you're pushing the walls away. Kind of like we're in that Star Wars scene where they're trying to hold the doors open. Or hold the side walls open. No more trash compactor. Keep pressing. If you haven't seen Star Wars, I'm sorry. Good. Bring those fingertips toward each other, up and over your head. Feel that stretch in the forearm and the wrist maybe, or even across the palm of your hand. Fingertips touch ahead above you if you can. If not, they're somewhere else in between, and that's fine. Good. Bring them down, down, down to those side walls again. The Empire cannot squish us in the trash compactor. Good. Big breath in, bring those palms down toward the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Keep those shoulder blades on the ribs. Good. Now point the fingertips down toward the floor and palms face the screen. Excellent. Big breath in, press those palms up toward the ceiling. Now pretend there's a giant cake on your arms. Big cake. Weighs a ton. It's carrot cake. And you're holding it there for someone to blow out the candles. Good. Now we're going to open, the cake is gone. We're just going to open our hands out to the side. No more cake. Draw those elbows in for a W behind you. Reach through the chest. And bring those hands back to the knees as you curl forward for a cat pose. Cat to cow 3 times. Follow your breath, breathing in as we bring that chest forward. Breathing out as we bring our back into that Halloween cat arch with our chin tucked in nicely. Good. Breathe. Breathe back in. Open that chest. Good. Last time. Breathe out. Good. You're going to breathe into the center. Sit in steadiness, tall, tall spine, breathing deeply into the belly. Using that diaphragm to open our lungs like balloons. And then pushing it back to deflated balloons. Good. Keep breathing. Follow that breath with your mind's eye, just thinking about what's happening. Pulling down to create more space. Diaphragm pressing up to expel that air. Good. We're going to open those knees a little bit wider. We're going to put the backs of our hands on the knees. We're going to follow those legs down toward the floor. You can stop anywhere that works for you, but if you can reach your fingertips to the floor and skim them toward each other, and then sit up nice and tall, we're going to bring our hands up overhead. Good. Open wide into that T. Bring the hands down to the knees. Back down to the floor. Nice long spine. We're thinking long tabletop spine as we lift those arms back up. Down to a T. Toward the knees. Reaching down, you're going to skim across the floor if you can. Hands come together in heart center. And then you're going to bring them up, thumbs to chest. With that hinge forward, just gently, bracing the elbows on the thighs. Big breaths in and out. Bringing that tailbone down to the seat. Seeing if you can get that stretch to be just in the very upper part of your glutes and the lower part of your back. Good. Now you're going to take that clasped hands at the heart and you're going to turn it with your chest toward a knee. You can brace that prayer hands on the knee, engaging through the core, reaching the shoulders away from one another. Sitting up gently, coming back to heart center with those hands. One last time, we're going to push them up, bring them down and around to the knees. skimming the floor, bringing the hands together, and then the elbows to the knees and the hands to heart center. Feeling that stretch in the low back. And then engaging the core as we turn to one side, giving that quad lumborum just a little bit of a stretch. Oh, love that feeling. Good. Hands can brace against the thigh if we need it to. Press in and back up. One hand to each knee, center the body. Big breath in and out. Good. All right, we're going to take our hands along the outsides of the knees to about halfway down to the place where our quad or our calf muscle gets kind of meets the rest of our leg. So it's down here, about halfway down the shin. Good. Strong body, lift the head up. Then you're going to bring your right arm to your left knee. And you're going to look up. Taking a gentle twist. Your hands can stack on that left knee if you like. Taking as much of a spiral or a rotation as you can in this forward position. Being careful not to compress anything too much. It's just a gentle turn. Good. Hands come back down. And then you're going to come back to center. Both hands on, one hand on each leg. Both hands are going to come over to your right leg and stack on top of that knee. Pressing into the knee. Taking that turn, looking over your shoulder. And then coming back towards center, one hand on each knee, press into seated. Good. You can bring those legs a little bit closer together, feet a little closer together. So you've got a good shoulder width distance between your feet. You're going to take both of your hands and you're going to reach to one side. And you're going to get as close to the floor with those fingertips as possible. You're going to pretend that you're picking up a bowling ball and bringing it over to the other side. Good. Pick it back up. Bring it back over. So we want to think the thing in our hands that are heavy. We're moving weight from one side of the body to the other. The core is in control and engaged. Everything is paying attention. The whole body's doing a job. The feet are pressing into the floor as we lift up. The spine is stabilizing us. The core is holding that spine safe. You're going to bring that bowling ball and park it between your legs on your lap. You're just going to pretend that it's in there in your hands. And your legs are pressing in as your hands are pressing out. Good. Big breath in. Your legs are pressing toward each other against that bowling ball as your hands are pressing away from your center. It's like the bowling ball wants to fall out. Your hands want to let it go and open. But your legs are like, nope, you're going to stay right there. So you've got forces going in both directions. Your chest is open. Good. Big breath in and out. And release. Good. Hands on the lap. Breathing in. And breathing out. In and out. Good. We're going to work our way past the hips to the legs. We're going to reach one leg forward and we're going to point and flex through the toe. So I've got my left foot out. Using the wrong foot to step on the gas pedal, but maybe you had the car rearranged so that your gas pedal is on a different side, right? They can do that. Who knew? Up and down with those toes. And then you're going to come to center and left. Center and left. If you chose your right foot, you're going to go right and center instead of left. Good. Keeping that knee slightly bent. Just kind of waking up that ankle joint. Good. Reach that heel forward. And just keep it long. We're not bending forward. We're just lengthening it out, giving it a little bit of space. Nice straight leg, knees slightly bent. This is its initial lengthening phase. We're going to get into it deeper in a minute, but we're going to just let it lengthen out here. Think tall thoughts for your spine and long thoughts for your leg. Squeeze that quad just a little bit and bring the toe toward the knee. Just waking up that hamstring a tiny bit, giving it the opportunity to wake up and make a connection. Good. Let go of the quad, let the foot come to be just comfortable and put it back down on the floor where it goes. Good. This other side's going to do that same thing, more traditional gas pedal foot. Right foot. Just a couple more times, and then you're going to come to center and outside. Good. I'm on my right foot, so my foot's going to go from my right to my midline. Right to the midline. Good. Waking up that ankle joint. I have a click in my ankle today. It doesn't usually have one, so I don't know. Must be tired. All right. Point that heel down toward the floor. Nice long leg. Big, tall spine. Big breath, tall spine, long leg. Reaching the heel toward the screen and then toe toward the knee. Give it a little bit more stretch. The opportunity to lengthen and relax at the same time. Creating a connection so that when we go deeper later, it'll be awake. Good. Bring that foot in and down to the floor. Big breath in and out. Good. That left ankle is going to come over the right ankle. Start making a connection to the glute here. Just going to settle into that chair. Push that knee open. Waking up the inner thigh. Good. Now, pushing that knee open, you're going to then squeeze the leg and try to push the knee closed as you push the knee open. So you're fighting that gravitational pull. It's like a tractor beam. It's pushing and we're trying to escape it. Everything comes back to Star Wars today. I don't know where that happened, but I guess may the force be with us. Good. Big breath in and let it go. Good. Foot comes back down to the floor. You're going to cross the other ankle over. You're going to activate that inner thigh, however you feel it happening. You're going to push that leg open, and then keeping this one active, you're going to resist that opening. It's a push and pull. resistance is everything. Now we're going to a different star. Never mind. Keep that energetic pressure going in both directions. Knee going this way, hand going that way. Inner thigh active. Good, and then let it go. We're going to open those legs a little wider. Big breath in, sit up nice and tall. And then you're just going to hinge forward and sit up tall. Hinge forward and sit up tall. Good. Now you're going to push into one knee, pushing that way. And you're going to hinge forward and turn a little bit toward the other knee. Good. Before we were stretching fascia, now we're stretching that muscle a little. Good. Big breath in. Sitting up tall. Good. So this time we're just pressing against the inner thigh. You don't need to make any reverse pressure connections. Just going to look over to that other side and open it up. Good. There's many different ways to stretch an inner thigh. This is just one of them. Good. And come up. Good. Taking those feet toward one another. Sitting up tall, you're going to come to the edge of your chair and reach the arms up. Engage through the core. So if you've ever done squats, you're in the low end of your squat. The feet are pressing into the ground, but your toes can be lifted and your arms are up. Good. Chair pose for those of you who are used to yoga. Good. Big breath in. Hands come together, elbows head toward one side, and you're just going to take a peek behind you. Good. Big breath back in and up. Press into that chair. Press into your pose. Open the chest just a little bit. Bring those hands to heart center, maybe your elbows closer together. And turn to the other side. Very, very gentle seated prayer twist. Good. Come on up. Arms open wide. And we breathe out and down to the sides. Good. We're going to turn our bodies toward the side wall. And we're going to drop that knee down toward the floor to open our hip flexor. Hang on to the back of that chair, couch or stool, whatever you're on. Settle in and just relax. Try not to clench into your bottom and hold your leg like iron. The chair can hold you up. Keep your chest nice and tall. Create space. Lift the chest toward the ceiling and tip your head back just a little bit. Look up at the ceiling. Good. Bring that back to center. Bring the arm up and over. Side body stretch. Relaxed lower body, letting the chair hold us up. Big breath in. Salvador Dali's Melting Clocks, The Persistence of Memory. It always kind of makes me feel like that's how my muscles should feel. It's just like melting off of things. But it's kind of stuck in its spot, right? It's not going far. It's just continuing to melt. Because the painting, it's never going to change, but you get to change. Good. Come up nice and tall. Take that arm across the body. Give yourself a little rotation. Check out the room directly behind you and then see if you can look over your shoulder. Excellent. Good. You're going to come back, looking at the side wall. Chest lifts. Arm comes straight up. Bring that arm around and behind you. Big breaths in and out, stretching through that chest as we lengthen through the front of that hip flexor. Good. Bring your chest back to its original upright self. You can bring your leg out to the side just a little bit. You can try to put your foot flat on the floor, but if not, the inner edge of your foot is just fine. So we're going to do a gate pose here. So your hand is going to be toward your knee, but not on the knee, because you don't want to put any pressure on the knee. Your thighs got this. Reach the back arm up. And if you're concerned about not staying on your chair, this is a good spot to stay. Just open that leg out to the side and feel your breath. If you want to take a side body stretch, bring your top hand toward the screen and just breathe right here. Good. Come up to the top. You're going to take that hand that's on your thigh and stretch over to the other side. Good. Come back up nice and tall and just feel the length in that leg. Good. Now you can turn your toes toward the screen and put your arm on that thigh. Reach up toward the ceiling again and take that side body stretch. If you didn't want to do it with your leg extended, this would be a good time to do it in a more supported version. Good. Hand comes down to the back of the chair. We're going to take that side body bend again to the other direction. Very nice. Coming up to center, we're just going to breathe here. Good. And then from here, just for fun, your knee is pointed straight at the ceiling. That's not the ceiling, that's the screen. Knees pointed at the screen, knee pointed at the side wall. You're going to turn your body into a warrior two. Good. Keeping your feet flat on the floor, using that to kind of help you rotate. You can look back at your hand and look at the front hand here, just looking from side to side of your room. Feeling that stretch in the neck and the front of the back shoulder especially. Good. Are you level? Are you kind of level? Good. Bring those hands down to your knees. Back towards the front of your screen, toes toward the front of the screen. Everybody sitting forward. Big breath in. Centering breaths here. Can you feel a difference between your two sides? I do. I can't feel your sides, but I can feel mine. All right, we're going to turn our bodies to the other side of the room. Let the other knee relax down toward the floor. One side of the body tends to be a little bit tighter than the other. So no forcing anybody to do anything it doesn't want to do. Just release it. Let those muscles relax. Sometimes they take a little longer on one side than the other. I'm stalling because mine is taking longer on this side. Big breath in. There it goes. Nice and relaxed. Breathe the arm up. Long line of energy. Good. Take it down. Bring it across. Good. Now you can turn all the way back. Check out that room behind you. Hello. And then all the way over your shoulder to that wall that you saw already today. Good. Back around to the wall there. Take a big breath in, deeply in, fill those lungs. Arm comes up. Bring it over the back of the chair. Side body stretch. Breathing in and up. Look up at that ceiling. Past your fingertips. Bring that arm around. And look up. Beautiful. Straighten your body back up. Hands rest. Take a couple breaths here. See if you can get that to open even more. Just relax it. I'm carrying tension today in this left one. I don't know what the deal is. Good. Then straighten out that foot and that leg to the edge of your the knife edge of your foot. Leg is extended. So if you can make your foot go flat to the floor because you've got nice bendy ankles, you can go ahead and go there. If not, the edge of your foot is great. Taking a gate pose here, you're going to reach up toward the ceiling and taking that stretch over toward the back of the room. Good. Hand comes up and down to that leg, not the knee, but the thigh. Steady yourself here and take a side body bend. If you don't want to let go of the back of the chair, you can still bend over to the side. If you feel like you're going to fall out of that chair, I suggest you keep that hand there. Otherwise, you can reach your hand toward the screen. Big breath in, feel that stretch. And come up nice and tall. Good. Foot flattens out to the floor, toes facing the screen. We're just going to do those side body stretches again in a more supported manner, reaching up and over. And taking it back down to the front side. Good. Hands come to the knees. Level out those hips. Bring those feet around to the front. Toes to the screen. Breathing in nice and deep. All right, scoot your bottom toward the edge of that chair. One foot comes forward, toes reaching straight up toward the ceiling, trying to push the sole of your foot toward the screen. You're going to take a deeper hinge. We made that connection with the hamstring, and now we're waking it up even more, asking it to relax. Reaching down toward the ankle. Deep breath in. Deepest stretch for the back of the leg today. Push through that heel just a little bit more. Whoo, did you feel your calf stretch long? I did. Push through that heel. The toes lifting toward your nose. And then very gently press your hands into that bent knee. Sit up nice and tall. And take a breath. Good. All right, we're going to hinge back at that hip again, forward. And you're going to bring your toes toward your midline and then out to the side, just like we did before. Rocking that hip joint. Open and closed. Good. Press into that bent leg, foot into the floor, sitting up tall. The extended leg is going to cross at the ankles. If this is plenty of stretch for you, stay right here. You're just going to hinge forward and breathe from here. Getting into those glute muscles, the deep pelvic floor muscles. Good. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can let that ankle ride up your shin and rest on your knee. Good. And in some instances, this is plenty as well. Sitting up nice and tall with the ankle crossed over the knee. You're just going to breathe here. Sitting up tall, trying to relax the seat that you're sitting on so that it gets more and more space. If you feel it open up a little bit, maybe you can take that hinge so your chest comes toward that leg. Good. Keep breathing. Pressing into the floor, we're sitting up tall. And then we're going to take one more stretch toward the shin. If you feel like taking some rotation here, turn toward your foot and look behind you. Good. Return to center. Press up nice and tall. Beautiful. Yes. Let that foot come down and away from your knee. Feel the differences in the sides of the body. Might not be a lot, but it might be a lot for some of us. Good. So you're going to take that other side, reach it forward. Hinging, hinging, hinging. Feeling the length of the back of the leg. It's engaging. Good. Toes toward the nose a little bit more. Push into that heel. Did you feel your calf activate? Ooh. Stretches go deep. Sometimes they go so deep they hit an emotion. Good. Sit up tall. Rock on that heel. Toe towards the midline. Toe towards the outside. Good. Midline to outside. Extended leg. You'll feel that the ball of the hip rotating in the socket. The femur just slides back and slides around. Good. Press into the floor. One more hinge. Push that heel forward. Bring those toes back. Beautiful. Sitting up tall. Take that ankle across to your other ankle. Ankle to ankle stretch here. If this is as deep as you like to do it, go ahead and stay right here, ankle to ankle. You want to increase the intensity of that stretch. Just let that ankle take the ride up to your knee. Sitting up tall. This might be the best stretch of your day. If it is, good. We like that. Sitting up tall, hinging forward if we have the space. Be gentle with that glute muscle. It's attached to a lot of things. It's big and strong. It can probably take as much stretching as you give it. But the things that it's attached to can be smaller and more delicate. So if we really crank on that muscle without proper relaxation, it can pull on some things and unbalance us. Keep breathing. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Let that ankle take a ride down the shin. Foot to the floor. And feel the difference in your body. Take in the breath that you need to replenish the oxygen, to push out the lactic acid. Scoot your booty back into the center of that chair. bring your feet under your knees. More of a 90-degree angle. Good. Uh-oh, talking about angles again. Sitting up nice and tall, drawing the breath down into the deepest parts of the lungs, and then pressing it out. Good. Keep that breath flowing just like that. 5 deep breaths here. All right, our hands are going to lift off of our knees and gently raise to the level of the shoulder. You're going to turn one palm over and you're going to bring it to your hand and just scrape it down toward your chest and then pull it across that chest and then point it down toward the floor. So you're scooping up sand, drawing it along your arm, drawing it along your body, pressing it forward and dumping it back down. Good. Second side, lift, draw it in, draw it across, reach it out, and pour it out. Good. Other side, draw it in, draw it across, reach it out, turn it over. Good. Last time. This is hands only san chin practice. It's a Qigong style kata that I'm learning from one of our very well-versed masters at the dojo. One more time each side. Last one. Bring it in. Bring it across. Push it out. Good. Both hands turn over. You're going to draw both elbows back, both palms up. Push forward, fingertips forward. Turn the palms over. Close the fists like you're grasping a stick. And then you're just going to break the stick. Palms turn up. We pull the elbows back. Push the elbows forward. Turn those palms over, grab the sticks, and break. Good. One last time. Palms up, bring it back. Push it forward. Grasp the sticks, and break. Good. Then our elbows float into that beach ball circle. We breathe into the center and out to the sides. Good. Keep that breath flowing into the center and out to the sides. Armpits are open. There's really no nice way to say that. Fingertips are not touching, you've got space. With this movement, your elbow's gonna lift in a diagonal direction. Back down to center. Palms float to knees. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall, breathing deeply. Picturing the light of a sun hovering over our forehead, filling us with a glowing warmth. Hands come together at the heart center. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll come into the screen. We'll have a little call out before anything else happens. Let's call our sound out, and we will have a great day. We are brave.
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 We are mighty.
Mighty.
We're sexy.
Sexy.
We're extra sexy today.
Sexy
We're
today.
strong.
We're strong.
And you're loved from your toes to your head. Have a great day.